Welcome, boys and girls, to the Grand Rapids Area Library. Grandma Nancy here with a Artastic project for us today. And the kits are available at the library. So if you haven't picked up your kit yet, come on down, have a grown-up come on down and pick up a kit for you. There's small packages today, which is different than usual. We have a fun, like mini project, I guess we would call it. We're doing a mini piece of art today. So let's take a look and see what we have here. We have a pair of scissors. We have a couple little squares. And we have some very nice embroidery floss, just really pretty colors. Everybody has different colors. You should have 5 of these in your kit. And they're really nice. So what we're going to be doing today is using the embroidery floss, and we'll take off, don't do this yet, but I'm just gonna kind of show you what happens. We take off this backing, and then our tile, this black part is sticky. So we're going to do design. I don't know if you can see this, but we're gonna do a design with the embroidery floss. We'll cut it and then just stick it on using no glue because the adhesive is on here. We can make circles, we can make curved lines, we can make straight lines, we can mix colors. It's really a fun activity. So, if you want to get your materials laid out, and then we will start. All right, so we have our materials here, and I'm gonna start with one of the squares. This is actually tile that's been cut. Librarian Tracy cut them and made these little squares for us to work. Little mini piece of art. So you're just gonna peel this off gently, and if you need someone to help you at home, that's fine. And then this part is really sticky, so I try not to touch it too much, just, you know, with my bare hands, only when I have this, the yarn that I'm putting on, because otherwise my hands get sticky and then the yarn sticks to my hands and won't stick to this. So you'll see what I mean when you start. It doesn't matter what color you start with, they're all so great. It also doesn't matter where you start or what you want to do. I suggest not trying to make a picture of a lot of little things because we're working with a small area. We want to cover the whole piece though. So the whole piece is covered with yarn. There might be a couple little places where there's missing some, but that's okay too. And this one, I didn't quite finish. Here you can see there's still some black there. I have some more to go in to it, but I was just trying a few different techniques and ways to do it. So one of the things that I started doing is I started by laying out, and then you just push it down gently, and again, you try not to get a lot of goop in your hands. Now there's a couple ways I could do it. I could turn this and then put it right next to there, go out. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm building a line of this color diagonally. And then I'm just turning it so the yarn itself folds over like that. And then I'll turn it again, and the yarn itself is going to fold over. Now this is the tricky part. I sort of use my finger tip or fingernail to push the yarn in. You'll have some black showing, and that's fine, especially if where you looped. You might squeeze those loops in a little bit together. Squeeze them in a little bit together. So you see it's getting thicker, right? And then I might go a couple more times, and I'll turn it. So I like what this is doing. I really do like what this is doing. And again, I push it together because I don't want to have a lot of black showing. Oops. Okay, so that is one way you can do this, and you can switch colors whenever you want. There's no set rules, it's your art, you decide what you want to do. I feel like I'm done with that color and I want to use another color now. So I'm going to cut this off, and then I'll show you another way you could do it. The scissors, you have to get it right down. You have to get it right down in. Right down in there works best. Okay. All right. Now, what do I want to do? Oh, I was going to show you. Let's say that you don't want to do that wrapping back and forth. The other thing you could do is, whoops. Is just cut some pieces, and then you're going to lay them out like that. Just match up there. And then I'll cut another piece. And I'll match it up there. If you have trouble with your scissors, because being that they're safety scissors, they don't cut yarn as well as they cut paper. So you could have a helper help you when you're at the cutting stage, or you could see if you have other scissors that you're able to use at your home. Check with your grown-ups. So I'm doing this differently now, right? And I have pieces hanging out. I have pieces hanging out. But I will cut that off. I kind of like this method because I'm able to slide my yarn into place. I can slide my yarn into place pretty easily. It looks good so far, right? Okay. So if you're ready, you feel like you're ready and you want to start yours, you can do that. I'm going to show you a couple other things that are sort of fun to do. These hanging out things, I'm going to cut those off. I'm just going to cut those off. Okay, so now I've cut those off. And another thing that I really like doing is I like making these circles. It's super fun. You know, you could even start your piece with one big circle in the middle and switch colors on it. That would be really cool too. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab an end here, and then I'll pull it out like that. I'm going to start a circle in the middle here. So I'll put my end down and push it down so it's stuck there. And then I'm going to turn it really pretty slowly and work this, it's not quite going yet. Work this string around. This is a little tricky. Once you get it going, it's pretty cool, but for some reason it sticks to your finger. Okay, I'm gonna try different. I'm not gonna push down so much with my finger. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. You just have to play with it. And I'm gonna keep going around. It takes a while to get going. Once you're going, you'll see how fun it works. And I'm just going around and turning my thing at the same time. Turning my thing at the same time. See how I'm getting that nice circle? This is, what I like about this project is it's one of those calming projects. On a nice rainy day, you can sit and just play with this. And also, you don't have to finish it in one sitting. I kind of like those projects too. Let's say I work on this for a little bit and then I'm like, okay, I want to go out and play now. You can leave it because the sticky is not going to dry. It's not glue. I mean, it is glue, but it's different than the kind of glue you usually work with. It won't dry, and it'll be just as sticky if you leave it for a while. So that's kind of fun too. Okay, so I'm still going around. You thinking about what you're going to do? Sometimes it sticks where you don't want it to, too. That's kind of fun. Oops, see, it stuck to my finger and came up a little bit. What you can do, too, is take your scissors, not the blades, but the blades, the flat part of it, and just kind of push it down. Because when I do, you see how I stick to that? When I do have my finger on it and I pick my finger up, sometimes it'll stick. So then I could do something where I decide I'm done with that, but I still want some of this green to go around. Maybe I'll connect it here. That would be kind of good, huh? I can connect it here, and then I have a fun little design, and I can connect it here. Just kind of make a fun little design. Okay, so I like that. I'm gonna cut edges now, but I want to make sure this is glued down. You see that's hanging out, but I'll cut that off. So made a fun little design, and then I'll cut here, and I'll cut there. Now, what do I want to do now? You could make more circle up in there if you wanted to. I think I'm going to fill this in maybe with another color. And this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to cut my piece. And fill this in with this blue. I'm going to cut that, fill that in with the blue. Fill this in with the blue. hope you're having a good summer. It's been some nice weather. Get out biking and swimming and hiking. All right. This time I left a little bit of black in there. I cut some of those pieces because I realized by trimming it, I'd get some more blue pieces. See how it's making a, ooh. All right, I think you can probably start doing what you want to do. And I'll quit working on this. But what I would do next is I'd fill this in and around here, and maybe I'd make another circle up there, or I could also put some of my yarn going out diagonally this way to cut the space that direction. That would be kind of fun, huh? So I'll use some scraps for those small pieces. And yeah, I like that. I might fill that whole thing in. There we go. And then, of course, trim all that off again. All right. Got to get that little piece. I don't want, oh, well, maybe I'll just make that stick there. How's that? That's good. Okay. I hope you have fun doing your little yarn piece. See you next month.